Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nerd. I am Dr. Zombrain.
Don't judge me. Don't do it. Nope. I can hear your judgment. I'm JJ, aka Junior Wolf, and this is my co-host,
Bob.
The Builder. Bob the Builder?
You muted.
Bob the Builder? Are you Bob the Builder?
Bob the Builder. Can we
Copyright!
Bob the Builder. Yes, we can.
That's restricted.
What?
You just got us age restricted on Spotify.
For Bob the Builder?
Yep.
I mean, those robot chickens are pretty gruesome.
Definitely. Anyways, our subject for today is back to Fortnite. We're gonna be talking about the Fortnitemares event 2022.
Yep.
This is afterwards for anyone who is oblivious.
Did it end this Tuesday, right?
No. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
No, wasn't it last Tuesday?
Well, today is Friday, so yeah, it would have been last Tuesday.
So no, I'm not saying this week's Tuesday.
Yeah, last
Tuesday.
week's Tuesday. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But wait, isn't this going up next week?
Yes, so it would be 2 weeks ago Tuesday.
3 weeks ago. Wait. Fortnitemares ended after Fortnitemares.
This is true. So yeah, how do we start this?
Good question. I think we should talk about, just for like bias reasons, our knowledge of Fortnitemares and experience.
That's fair.
One of us has had more versus the other, because we were talking with our friend Jaden, and he had very different opinions, but that's because this is his first Fortnitemares. So that really goes into the effects of your opinion on the Fortnitemares, how much you've had, what you can base it off of. So if you want to go first.
Okay, well, I've been through 2 Fortnitemares now. It would be right. This one last time.
I mean, didn't you do the Marvel a little bit?
I guess. Yeah, I did.
I didn't touch Marvel at all.
So I would have been a part of 3. The Marvel I didn't do a lot though, because that was when I literally for the first time was playing Fortnite. So
but you do have some stuff from that season.
I do.
That's what that monkey back bling is.
Mm-hmm. I despised that Fortnitemares. That was dreadful.
I think that's the most toxic.
Yeah, that was the one where you could literally come back as a ghost and go and kill the person who killed you.
However, I did like the whole Shadow Midas thing. I thought that was cool. Another Shadow Midas drum gun. So that was cool. Yeah. Trying to think of the other stuff. I don't know the rewards. Well, actually, no. You had that Shadow Midas wrap, which looked phenomenal. Yeah. I really liked that. Reward-wise, it seemed well. Gameplay-wise, seemed really toxic. Skin-wise, seemed okay.
Yeah.
I think we had a lot more in the following, though.
That is true.
So if you want to talk about that one.
Yeah, that one would be Season 8 of Chapter 2. Absolutely freaking fantastic.
It was my favorite season of the chapter, without a doubt. Not favorite season of all, just of the chapter. And that's one because it's Halloween, and I think Halloween's one of my favorite seasons of the year. But also, it was so well done. The sideways weapons, the battle pass.
The fact that they worked all of the Halloween stuff into
campaign.
the season, like you
Why
have
campaign?
Yeah,
story.
You have the story, like the Cube Queen and everything worked into the why the zombies are there for Fortnitemares and everything. You got all your different weapons themed around those zombies. And we got our new version of Horde Rush. It was fantastic.
Not new version, first version.
Really? I thought there was a version before that with just the normal zombies.
No. We had zombies in-game. That's it. It wasn't like a separate game mode. Like, it was just Battle Royale, and you just had zombie spawners. That's why people didn't like zombies. Because it was just thrown in there. Kind of like the Sideways. It was just thrown in.
The Sideways was activatable, though, so it was a little bit different.
Yeah, but the other zombies weren't. You were forced to play, which is why people didn't really like the zombies. Yeah, it was great.
Yes.
And then so that's it, right?
Yep.
For me, so let's see. I also had the Chapter 2 Season 1. I played the Chapter 2 Season 1 Fortnitemares with this, what was his name? Not the Sideways King. Storm King. That was so cool. It was a really fun mini game. The only problem, people are toxic, so I didn't actually finish the rewards because like I'd get knocked and they just throw me in the storm. It was really annoying. Um, but it was some really cool rewards. Battle skins were alright, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the skins later because I think that can definitely be a segment on the skins. Um, so yeah, I think it was alright. Not the best, not the worst.
Yeah.
I also did play a little bit of season 6 on chapter 1, the second Fortnitemares, which is where was it the second? I don't remember. Where we have the floating island. That's like the first time we see the zombies all over the place. I played it on my crappy laptop that played on about a 10,000 ping and 90% packet loss. It was great.
Sounds like my old laptop.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I just played because I just wanted to fight the zombies. And it didn't work, I quit, but then when I started playing again the following season, we had ice zombies, so I got my chance.
Indeed.
Yeah, my favorite definitely of so far, even after this Fortnitemares, is still season 8. Now, I also did get my main skin. I didn't get it during season 8, I got it this season. But I got my new main skin, which I think I might do a video on. I think we should do a video where we all show our main skins.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, which is the zombie superhero, but we made it look like a scientist with like a lab coat. So yeah, that's our experience. Cause like Jaden, this Fortnitemares was his favorite, but that's because he got his main, and this is the only Fortnitemares he has to base it off of. So now that you guys know what we're basing it off of, that means our opinions are a little bit more valid, and you can understand where we're coming from with our opinions.
Not that this isn't valid in the first place. It's our podcast. We get to say what's valid.
And JJ, you're not valid.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, do you want to talk about this Fortnitemares then?
Sure.
While I'm over here dying.
Yeah. You have fun dying for a second. I'll get it started. So this Fortnite.
Get a drink.
Okay. Have fun. Don't drown yourself in water. This Fortnitemares has been interesting, I think is the best word to describe it, because I feel like it started out with such high hopes. Everyone was so excited for it because obviously we had this new cool wolf mythic that was added to the game, which I will add is one of my favorite mythics in the entire game. I absolutely loved it. The wolf sensibility absolutely changed the game for so many fights, and it was absolutely fantastic for mobility as well, because you had that jump slash which got you so far, and being able to see people while you're slashing, stuff like that, having that melee to take down builds was really nice. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite mythics, and I'm definitely not biased because it was a wolf, not at all. How dare you accuse me? But that's besides the point. But yeah, people were excited for this. We had so many skins in the leaked concept skins that were set to come out. I mean, I guess not set to come out. That looked like they could come out for Fortnitemares. Like so many spooky theme skins. And we didn't get that many of them. Like a lot of them that came out weren't even the ones that we assumed would come out for Fortnitemares. Like the Ava skin. We didn't assume that would be a Fortnitemares one, but hey, I guess it was. And I think a lot of people would have preferred some of the other spooky skins that were in there, but, Right, Seth?
Okay, so You're going to love this. Somehow it paused, so I'm re-recording again. I don't know where it paused, so that's fun.
It's fine. If it paused, it's fine because you weren't talking anyway. So
you're just going to have to put some drag.
Yeah. Seth is a tech expert, guys.
Drag and drop. So did you just cover everything?
Yeah, I talked about the wolf mythic and some of the skins.
Okay. So yeah, what do you think, where do you rate this Fortnitemares for the skins? Because the skins were alright. I don't think there was too many Halloween skins, though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is like, it wasn't spooky enough. We had so many survey concept skins in there.
And like, so many cel-shaded. They weren't bad. Not to mention, like, right afterwards, then we had Star Wars stuff. Like...
It's like, it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't themed to Halloween as much as some of our other ones have been. And I feel like they easily could have themed it better because our concept skins showed so many spooky skins, and it was great. I was really
looking forward to this year's Fortnitemares because of the last few surveys. I thought this season's battle pass and everything was going to be so spooky. And then we got a cat.
It's like, oh, okay. guess that's a thing
Yeah.
now.
Which, by the way, I do want to say I own the entire family.
Taken out of context, that could be a very bad thing. Guys, please clip that and post it everywhere. Tag us at Nerd Rant Podcast
Okay,
on
for the people
on
that don't
Instagram.
understand, Meow Skulls is Kit's aunt, and Kit's dad is Meow Skull. No, Meow Skulls,
Meow Skulls.
and
yeah.
Kit's mom is Lynx. So,
Definitely.
how do we didn't have any Halloween weapons, did we?
Apart from the mythic, I don't
Nope.
think we did.
So again,
I mean, unless you want to try
no, we had
and count the
we had the
chrome
pumpkin
stuff.
launcher. I lie. We had the
Oh, that's
pumpkin
true.
launcher.
That comes back every
Yeah,
season.
I was really hoping for like the broomstick or something, especially with having the
I loved broomstick.
especially with having the Nimbus the season before. It's just such a nice mobility item.
Yeah.
But so not to mention the planes were supposed to come during Fortnitemares, right? And then they didn't, and they're still not here.
Yep.
So a little bit of a letdown. It's not the worst. Like I said, I honestly would say Chapter 2 Season 1 was still worse, and that's definitely the bias of just that whole season. I think that season just kind of screwed any good that could have happened. But definitely have had multiple better Fortnitemares. What was your favorite part, other than the Mythic? Because I know the Mythic's your favorite part.
Well, I'd have to say the mythic. I don't know. I really like the Ava skin, as you know. I got that one for myself, so I did like that one. The community skins this season were absolutely fantastic. I loved
this
these two.
season, but last again. That's technically last year.
Yeah. That is technically last year, but the ones that were added this Fortnitemares, you know,
they're
the
really
guy
cool.
with the eyeball in his head.
The eyeball.
and then
You
got
point
your
out the
Archangel.
eyeball, but then you don't realize. But then you don't mention the fact that his entire head is a hand that snaps when you get a kill.
He's got the eyeball head hand thing. That's what I said.
I don't know why you mentioned the eyeball though. I feel like the hand is more important.
Yeah, no, definitely not important that the eyeball is in the palm of his hand.
No.
That's not abnormal.
No, it's pretty normal. Haven't you seen Demon Slayer?
Haven't you seen Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and then the Weeping Angel skin I liked.
Yeah. That's not what it's called.
I know it's not.
I think it was Archangel or something like that. But
yeah, it was
that was
pretty cool.
good.
Let's see. Yeah, Horde Rush. What's your opinions on this year's Horde Rush? I know a lot of people were saying it was. I don't know what people were saying. I didn't think it was too much harder.
I think it was a bit messy is all.
Yeah.
Like they had some of the drop rates wrong, and because of like the map stuff, it was a little bit complicated and hard to understand, but I feel like it was more balanced than it was when it first came out in terms of actually beating it, because I remember when it first came out, beating it with the score requirements was so freaking difficult.
For the challenges.
But this time we got it pretty easy.
Did you get all the challenges?
I think I did get all the
I
challenges.
did.
Yeah.
It took a little bit to get that 2 million. I did go back and I got in like an hour. Got a few games with like a few 100,000. Yeah, I don't think it was too hard. I know people were right. I don't know what the premise was, because I saw people saying it was really hard, but also some people saying it was too easy.
Well, remember how many people came into Chapter 3 not having played Horde Rush.
That's true.
So
yeah, I thought it was fine. I didn't have too much difficulty with like a competent.
It's especially
team.
harder if you play it solo.
When you're not
well,
playing with the full 4 people. But me and Jaden even got it to just us 2, and it doesn't. It does not change the health based on player. So we were playing like the same that 4 people would be playing. You just kind of need to play a little competent with the strategy, like having one person trail and then the other person fight the boss, use the goo gun, go back to fighting the boss, something like that. Really good way of getting it done.
Ammo management is important as well.
I finally understand why you like the scythe so much. I got like 120 kill streak with it.
Jaden
it's great. Had to go AFK, so I was going a little too crazy, and I had too many gas clouds and explosive guys on me.
Yeah.
But so what else? Is that it? Did we really? I think we covered all of Fortnitemares. I think that's it.
15 minutes is all it took.
So,
what were your thoughts on the Wolf Mythic? I know I'm a little biased, so my opinion of it is pretty high, but what did you, an average player, think about it?
An average player, I'd say I'm pretty above average, just not a biased player to a Wolf Mythic.
Okay, fine.
I think it is my favorite way of getting a Mythic up to this point. I thought it was really fun. Just so for people that don't know, what you had to do, you had to go. Did you explain how to get it? Okay,
No,
so what you had to do was you had to go up, you like do the dance, and then you're doing like this cool dance, which I thought was. Dude, is that an emote? That should have been an emote. That should have been one of the rewards. That should have been one of the.
It should have been. Yeah.
You do a dance, and then eventually you dab, then merging with the wolf. It was really interesting. You don't fight a boss, and there's plenty around. So, I know a lot of people were saying it was weak, but it's just one of those things that it's not supposed to be a weapon. You can.
Yeah, it's more about destroying the builds.
I don't even say the builds. I'd say it's the effects, the being able to scan the people. That's what makes it a mythic. Because if it wasn't for that, it'd just be a worse like Wolverine mythic. Like the mobility is a nice touch. I don't think that was intended at all, though. I think you're just supposed to be able to dash. I don't think you're supposed to like use that as your mobility item like we were.
I was going like 3 times faster than anybody on foot.
And then I still don't think it's the best way of harvesting mats, just because if you're stuck in that animation, it's really hard to like cancel that and have to build. So I never really used it for that. Again, I mostly just used it to like scan my area, especially like if around the hill, like if you know there's people above or below, it's really nice. But again, it's also one of those things that if you have a competent teammate, like I just let JJ do it, and he just used the mythic. Like, can you use the mythic now? And then he tells me where they are. So I think it's one of those mythics where it's not really like everyone needs one. Compared to like the Carnage mythics, it felt like if you had one and I didn't, I would be at a disadvantage and I lose. Like I felt like I needed one. So I think it was pretty balanced. I didn't think it was too. I thought it was all right. Not my favorite mythic, but there's been much worse. I'd say it's average. It's like right there where I think a mythic should be.
Yeah.
For fun.
I feel like if we didn't have that mythic, this Fortnitemares would have been pretty bad. I think that definitely saved it.
If it wasn't bad enough.
Yeah.
What Halloween stuff was there? Did you talk about the map? I do want to say I did like the map.
I did not talk about the map yet. The Grim
Gables. I liked the boss. I thought the boss was really scary. Not like, crazy scary, but like the fact that you do like a ritual and then it summons and does a crazy scream. The house was haunted and had the floating furniture. That was really interesting. And the fog.
Yeah.
A lot of jump scares.
I feel like that was Yeah, there were so many freaking jump scare zombies. Like, I genuinely
But yeah, I really liked Grim Gables, but then I also like some of the other houses we've had. There's 2 houses, right? There's the one with the melee boss that had a whole bunch of jump scares again. It was fogged, and then it just run at you with an axe, but you don't even get a melee weapon, which I thought was really stupid. Especially with them adding melee weapons in creative, they should have just gave us an axe or something. Like, that would have been perfect. And I think that would have increased this year's Fortnitemares too, having an axe. What if we had like an axe? Like we had a scythe last year. What if you had an axe, like a normal axe, like as floor loot? You could break wood easier. What if you did like 200 wood to wood?
And you can throw it at people.
You can throw it, but then there's a mythic that maybe did an extra ability, kind of like Vader's lightsaber. Like that would have been so huge, because that would have been really fun.
That would have been absolutely amazing to have, because obviously, we have quite a shortage on melee weapons compared to ranged weapons. We get like 3 new ranged weapons every season, but we could go like 4 seasons without getting a melee weapon.
4 seasons. So, as for new melee weapons, we haven't had one in a year.
This much is true. I mean, unless you want to count the creative ones.
Yeah, but for like actual BR, we got the Infinity Blade, Wolverine. So let's see, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 7 seasons between melee weapons. Lightsabers, my bad. So I guess there was one in between. And then we didn't get one until the Sideways Scythe, and then Lightsaber, and then Mythic. So, yeah, I think that would have been great.
Yeah.
It stinks. I really wish we had more melee weapons, and I'm really hoping that with adding them to creative, maybe that's a testing. They're gonna test out how people treat melee, and maybe we'll go from there. Cause
I mean, here's an idea. What if we get a ranged weapon that doubles as a melee weapon, like a bayonet, like with a dagger or something on the end? So like you're up close and you can, I don't know, swing it like a pickaxe or right click and it'll use it like, I don't know, jabby. That way it doubles as a melee weapon, but it's still a ranged weapon like a marksman rifle.
Okay, I can see that. I'm trying to think right now. I guess like maybe like the infantry rifle, bring that back and putting a bayonet on there. Something like that. That could be interesting. I mean, attachments. Yeah. If we're ever gonna get that.
It's true.
I could totally see them. Or like the pistol, getting a tactical knife on the pistols. Like less damage, like I'm thinking like 20, but it's really fast. Like really fast pull-out time or something. Yeah. So, Shiv.
Definitely.
Let's see. So that's it. That's it for Fortnitemares. What else do you want to talk about? Because do you want to see
Donald Mustard's
teaser?
Do you think that's part of Fortnitemares? Or?
In your opinion, was this year's Fortnitemares good or bad? Not like out of 10. How would you rate this Fortnitemares?
I'd say 6.
I'd say 4.
It wasn't as bad as some other ones, but it definitely was.
I'd say
not
4.
Up there.
Because other than the map, like gameplay.
Because it's season 4.
Because gameplay-wise, there wasn't much. The map was great, but I care more about the gameplay. I'd rather have like for Fortnite. Now, if it's like Call of Duty, I'd rather have the maps. Like the maps are what makes Call of Duty. A lot of people say that.
The new POI and the boss and the mythic and the pumpkin launcher, they weren't enough for Seth. It's not enough gameplay.
Compared to last year, which the entire season was Halloween.
Shh. I think we're comparing it to a 10 out of 10, and that's kind of.
But like
rigged.
season 6 was also entirely Halloween, and season 1 even had more Halloween, and season 4 had more Halloween with like almost every other Halloween season like event has had more Halloween than this. Other than the map, there wasn't too much Halloween.
Pesha. I mean, once again, I feel like they could have worked the actual season story into it, and it would have all flown so much better. But they decided, let's not do that. That makes no sense.
Could have. They just didn't.
I mean, make that inky boss instead of ink, make him chrome, and then say, yes, this is the Herald summoning another one of
or generals or something. But JJ, JJ, that makes too much sense.
No wonder it didn't happen.
But ching. Okay, so after that, let's go to Donald Mustard for what you were referring to. He has changed his banner to the lunar eclipse, which happened pretty dang recently. So
a few days ago.
So what do you think that means? I think
go ahead.
I really think it reminds me a lot of, again, end of chapter. It reminds me a lot of last year's event. You know, it was very orange, you know, with the cubes and everything, with the golden cube. The entire map went that really bright orange. Not to mention, like, the space. It felt like the space was more orange than, like, the classic Nebula purple. So
I would agree. I think the closest thing we can relate it to is either it's going to be a new moon like the ice moon, but, like, for fire. Maybe that's where the Fire King lived. I don't know. Or it is a symbolization of the last reality's galaxy, I guess.
Or both.
Because who knows? Maybe the Fire King is part of the last reality.
Who knows? Well, I'd say like Ice King would probably maybe more 7. Like if he would be on a team, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
I guess
the Fire
so.
King more evil? Because the Ice King had to stop him.
Ice King was an anti-hero. Yeah.
So I'd say if they were on a team, the prisoner would probably be more on Last Reality. Because I don't think they'd be on IO.
Yeah, probably
No.
not.
Because IO would probably trap them like they did Origin.
Yeah.
Anything else? Because I don't think it's
mean,
time yet. We're gonna do this for a different episode, the whole chapter season debate. I think
yeah.
that's
This is pretty much our mid-season episode, right? We're just talking about
because
Fortnitemares
this
because
would
that's
be
what
the
happened.
mid-season
So
update. Fortnitemares.
yeah.
We were kind of talking about earlier today, like what the event. I think it's almost guaranteed that there is an event. It's just the fact that there's like nothing to base the specific event on. Like normally we know this is happening, like the war. We know there's gonna be a battle. We don't know what the event's gonna be. We have some ideas, like I know I threw out the beginning of the season, and I'll bring that back. What if like all the balloons gather together around one POI? Next season's like steampunk, or like again like a resistance type season where you have to beat like the first time that we lose. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we have nothing to base it off of at all.
Yeah. Do you remember our theory about the Undertaker actually being evil and No Sweat Insurance becoming a huge evil corporation?
Yes. What do you want to? Do you have more to go off of that?
Nah, I'm just saying it's funny how wrong we were.
I mean, who knows? What if that's the plan? What if that's the master plan, to have No Sweat save the day, bring all the survivors together to just end everyone?
I mean, now they have control over literally every
Exactly.
POI. So, who
That's
knows?
not out of the picture yet.
Oh.
We'll have to wait and see.
I think that needs to be a sound bite because you say that so many times.
Okay, wait, do we even explain? I think we mentioned the button, but we should probably explain that more because we said that in the other episode too.
Yeah.
We
This
had
is
a
true,
nice fan. His name was good old Timothy. And he made us a button. JJ, would you like to continue?
Yeah. This button, I don't know all the technical stuff, but it's basically an easy button that he, I don't know, remapped, recoded, or something like that to basically just be a soundbite button so we can put our different sounds in it. And we're going to put our catchphrase.
It makes too much sense.
So it's not going to happen. We're going to put that catchphrase
I'm not
in
crazy,
the button.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely that one. But yeah, he made us a button, and we're gonna get it set up for. We'll have it by next Fortnite episode.
At the end of
so
the season, because
we'll be able.
We're
to
gonna do also be on the lookout for if you want to see some Fortnite gameplay. We're probably gonna be doing a good bit of streaming of Fortnite over Thanksgiving week. More information to come.
Indeed.
Yeah. What other stuff do you want to talk about? Do you want to mention a little bit about the game state, I guess?
Yeah. Right now, I think the Evo Chromes got balanced well. I feel like they're in a place where you're going to be able to upgrade them pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, the upgrading speed
I think
is
they're
not
much more
too
valid.
bad. I still think as weapons, there's almost all the other ones are better. I think, especially in zero build, I think the Evo Chrome AR just isn't it, because I feel like the big part of it was the fact that it broke builds fast, but in zero build that doesn't matter. And it's like, it doesn't matter how good you are, the bloom is just too insane that, like, especially the Mythic, Herald's Mythic, at long ranges it just sucks. And I know people are like say, oh, just use it close to medium range, but it's an AR. If I want to do close range, I'll use the rapid fire or something. Like, there's other alternatives close range too. So
yeah, the AR is not in the best place. The shotgun, on the other hand, I like it. It's a much different shotgun. It requires you to learn how to use it differently.
I've been using it a lot.
I know
more.
your stance.
No, I've been using it a lot.
Your stance on
I've
it is
been
not
using
great.
it a lot. I still think there's other shotguns, but I don't think it's as bad. I still think it could be better. I think it's just the spread. It's just really weird.
I think it's a little too wide.
Yeah.
Like, it has these series of dots in the crosshair. If they shorten that by one dot, I feel like that would be perfect. That would be the best.
Because I'm still
spot for it to
hitting
sit.
like
Or
30s
even,
when they're in my face with like a
yeah,
blue.
even have it get tighter as the rarities go up.
That could
Like
work.
have that crosshair get smaller. That makes sense.
Actually, I just realized that the shotgun doesn't change the higher rarity. The AR shoots more shots, right? The shotgun doesn't change. So
I mean, if they want it to reflect the AR, have it start with like 2 pellets that are really focused, and then as the rarity goes higher, have it gain more pellets, but the spread gets wider.
maybe. But yeah, I think they're interesting. I said this at the beginning. I really like the concept of them though, like the sideways, and I hope we keep seeing more
Mhm.
weapons like this, like season themed
Yeah.
weapons, more than the pulse rifle and the ray
Mhm.
gun. Like,
I mean, if every general of the last reality shows up and has their own set of weapons, I think that could be a good thing. Like, have maybe say 4, just to throw out a random number, different generals come. We have the cube queens with the cube weapons. We have the chrome weapons with the
but are the
herald. If we
queens
get like 2
generals or are
more,
they queen? Is there plural queens?
I mean, the cube queen's purpose was not to be a queen. She was more being a general of the cubes there to call in the rest of the forces. I feel like whoever is in that mothership is going to be the leader of the last
But
reality.
what's after queen? Are we gonna have a cube god?
Yes. He's going to literally be Kevin the Cube. He's going to have that name tag, that signature name tag. Hello, my name is Kevin.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he's just going to like roll into the island.
You know what? I wouldn't throw it past Fortnite.
I feel like that'd be great. That honestly, that would break the
That
internet.
would break the internet.
That's
Okay.
great.
Anyway, what else? How do you feel with the general meta AR, not the AR, shotgun versus SMG?
As it stands right now, I feel like it's pretty good because we have our rapid fires. Obviously, that's like, objectively, okay, debatably, it is the best SMG in the game right now because if you can use it right and hit your shots like you would typically use an SMG, it can absolutely shred your opponent.
Yeah.
Now, the suppressed is good for longer range, which I do enjoy having that additional range, but it does not have the fire rate to keep up with the rapid fire. So,
Can you believe that
I
I
feel
picked
like
that up more? Like that was my most used SMG in chapter 2. Like
which one?
suppressed.
The suppressed? Yeah, I guess it was in chapter 2 for a long time.
We're just so spoiled with that fire rate of the combat and stinger that it feels so bad and so slow. But that's an average fire rate for
Yeah.
SMGs. You look at the SMGs like as a whole, that's really average. We're just
Yeah.
so spoiled.
Yeah. I don't know. I think just generally I end up picking up the suppress more for that range. But SMGs are at a good balance right now. You have your fast one and your slow one, higher damage, less damage. Shotguns on the other hand, we have a lot of shotguns in the game. We have the Ranger, we have the Lever, we have the Prime, we have the Evo Chrome.
And technically the
that
dub.
it? Technically the dub, yeah. So that's a lot of shotguns to have in the game. I feel like they're all different enough though that it doesn't really matter because your Ranger absolutely shreds at range. You have like that one shot to see if you can hit like 150 or you miss completely, kind of like the heavy shotgun was. Then you have your Lever, which is kind of like the auto. You got your fast fire, more of a tight spread. You got your Prime, that's going to be more like your striker or your pump. It's going to hit
Slow
hard
firing,
on that first
hard
shot,
hitting.
but you got to be more strategic. Then you got your Evo Chrome, which is obviously the special
Just
weapon for the
random.
season.
It's just thrown
so.
in there. And then you got the dub, but dub's not doesn't really count. It is still technically a shotgun. I did want to mention it's
Dub
there.
is one of those meme weapons.
And honestly, it's not too many shotguns because we've had a shotgun meta like that before. Season 2, we had the auto, we had the drum, we had the striker, and we had the ranger, and the dub was probably still in the game. So it's not completely crazy for the amount. I like the shotgun meta more than the SMG meta, the spray meta. So I'm happy with it. For me, I've been playing a lot of zero build, and I feel like it's been really changing the way I use weapons. So like when I'm playing zero build, I almost always pick up the suppressed because the rapid fire just isn't that good. Because the reason I like it so much is because I can shred those builds so much, but that doesn't matter when I'm playing zero build again. So I pick up the suppressed for that damage, for the range, because like I was fighting somebody and like I hit them like 3 times with a purple, and I was hitting 40s. Like, it's really good. It's just so much slower, like, against builds. Lever, again, like, the Prime, if I'm in my build fight, like, I'm gonna, like, reload, like, mantle up, flick 'em, build. I was playing yesterday, JJ with Eli. I hit the final 2 guys. I hit one 172 and 161. I
Dang.
lowered them both. They were both so low. Luckily, he clutched it. He almost didn't, but um, but that's with the prime. But when I'm playing zero build, I need to keep that pressure on. So I use the lever so I can get more shots because the problem with the prime is I have to reload right away, or else it's not even like worth it. But with the lever, I don't have to reload, so I can shoot 3-4 shots. I have 6 shots. I can get them off a lot faster. And then so that's like the SMG shotgun, what I use for zero build. But then we can talk about the ARs.
I almost always go Ranger suppressed.
Yeah.
So.
ARs / marksman rifle / sniper.
Oh dear me, it's such a messy world with the ARs right now. Like, I don't even know. Obviously, you got your Evochrome, fantastic for shredding
I've been
builds.
using it because I'm also just trying to get the milestone to evolve. So I've been using the shotgun and AR a lot, almost every game.
Yeah.
Still, I definitely think there's other options as a weapon. Shreds build, sure, but I'd rather do damage to people. Hammer. I've been using the hammer a lot more too, and it's growing on me. It's really growing on me. I think it just takes some getting used to for the accuracy. You still haven't used the hammer much, have you?
Not particularly.
No. So yeah. Ranger AR. Have you been using that much?
Yeah, a lot,
Yeah,
actually. I've been using it quite a bit.
I'm trying to not pick it up because I've been using it too much, so I'm trying to use the hammer and some other stuff. So, especially in Season 1, you were definitely more MK and I was more Ranger. So, I definitely have my time with the Ranger, so... And one thing I want to mention that we talked privately about, do you want to talk about the whole Scar thing with the Ranger? Why we think it's not going to leave?
Yeah, honestly, it's it's a very hard concept because the Scar is like, everybody knows the Scar. Scar is Fortnite thing, like that's something everybody knows, and a lot of people enjoyed using it. It just feels like it'd be very OP if it came back right now because it has a better fire rate than the Ranger does, but it does almost equal if not more damage. So it would be quite unbalanced if it came back right now, and I think the Ranger is just a effort to make it more fair in that way, like rebrand the Scar as now the Ranger.
And with that, like the rebranding, we think that like the striker left, right? The striker pump left. Well, so did the normal pump. The pump left every once in a while. It left, and we got the combat. It left, and we got the charge shotgun. It left, and And I think it's gonna be the same thing for.
All right. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be the same thing as in the Scar. It's like the shotgun in and out. I think the Ranger's just going to stay. The Scar was there for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, so I think it's definitely going to be here all chapter. I think it might be there all next chapter, and then maybe the following chapter we might get a new AR, or might get the Scar back, but I think it's going to stay no matter what, because I know, like, Jaden, again, was saying how he wants it to leave, but I just don't see it leaving, because I see it like the same thing as the Scar.
It just seems like the base AR at this point.
The base AR that's always going to be there. The MK, in and out, we got all these other ones. Hammer's here for a while, but that just seems like the heavy, right? It's just there for a good bit, because I know the heavy was there for, like, 2-3 seasons at a time. So...
I mean, hey, if this is the last season of the chapter, then it will have stayed the entire chapter.
Yeah. The only weapon to do that, right? Other than the pistol.
I guess so.
Which the pistol stayed the same in Chapter 1. Chapter 2, here's a trivia for you, JJ. Did the pistol stay the same for all of Chapter 2?
No.
What did it switch with?
Oh gosh, I know this. The combat pistol, right?
In what season?
7 or 8.
8.
Yeah.
So, which again, I never really understood that, because it did the same thing, just had more recoil.
Yeah.
It was literally the same stats. Now, I think that's before we continue with the ARs, I think we should continue talk about the pistols, or specifically the sideways pistol. Sideways pistol?
Sideways
Sidearm
pistol.
pistol.
Yes, guys, the sideways pistol, the weapon that everybody was hoping for in Season 8. It comes out, you use your cube parts, and, what does it do? Like a spread, like a pistol shotgun?
No, that's the one that, like, does a lot of build damage, remember?
Definitely.
Yeah. No, sidearm pistol. It's so good. I still pick it up every once in a while, and it's so fun to use. Do you pick it up every once in a while? Like
I do,
sometimes
yeah.
I go for a whole game using pistol.
Mm-hmm. It can be good because it has that range, and doing that like almost 50 damage headshot. It is 50 damage,
legendary.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
25
it's
damage
great.
body shot is just such a big number for a pistol.
And that's not even legendary.
Yeah, I think that's gray. I literally think gray does 25.
I think it's green.
It might be
Gray or
24 on
green.
Gray, so.
Gray
Yeah.
or green. Even so, 24 for a pistol. That's a
Freaking
lot.
awesome. And the fact that you
So-
can spam shots and hit like 2 headshots.
Oh yeah, it's really fun. One of the things that I just love about a BR like Fortnite, you can just switch it up. Because I know for Warzone, it's really hard to use like a pistol when everyone's using an SMG or something. Not to mention, even if you use a pistol, you have to have the right attachments with this and that. Fortnite, you can just pick it up, and if you're decent enough, you can do well with it.
So
Maybe
that,
not competitive.
That brings up the question though, if we do get attachments, do you think that'll like you won't be able to do that anymore?
Well, I don't think it's going to be the same way like Warzone, where I'm going to have I need to get the weapon up to like level 30 to use this. And the problem that I have with Warzone is the fact that I don't own the games, so then it's harder for me to level up the weapon. So like I can go play zombies in Cold War and level up this weapon in about an hour and get it to like level 30. If I don't own the game, I'm at a disadvantage to level up my weapon. That's the problem I have with Fortnite. I think it's just you can pick like PUBG, you can just pick up a 4x scope and throw it on.
But if it
It's
becomes a
still gonna
meta,
be a
like
little-
this certain mag or this certain scope makes things so much
Well-
easier, like you put this scope on an SMG, then any other close range weapon now stands no chance. Something like that. Like,
But I don't think they would do attachments like that. I think they'd maybe throw like fast quick draw or something like that you can just increase ADS, which that means yes, everyone's going to want to use that, but it's not going to be as meta changing as like Warzone's attachments. I think it's going to be useful, yeah, but I think it's just going to be you can throw one attachment on and one sight on or something like that. So if you want to use close up, you can, but I think the way Fortnite plays, I don't think anything would necessarily be meta. Unless it's like the weapon itself. I don't think they do that. I think it'd just be a different types of sights, because we've seen that a little bit already with like the railgun and the marksman, all the different marksmen, like the DMR, the Cobra DMR, stuff like that. I think it'd just be different types of sights. I don't think it's going to change it that drastically.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
That's my line! ARs though. We were talking, using the Cobra's still the best. Cobra's still the best. JJ, I think there's a fly.
There's a fly.
Yeah.
There's a fly. There's a fly.
Let's fly, let's fly, let's fly, let's fly away.
I'm gonna get him. Come here. I'm gonna get him.
He's attacking the fly. JJ, do you need a flamethrower?
Yes. Do you have one?
No.
Oh, how dare.
Fortnite does.
I give up. Anyways.
Cobra DMR is still the best.
Oh yeah, by far. Cobra DMR. I was hesitant about it at first because I loved the original DMR, and I was scared because
I was so excited.
The lower damage scared me a lot. But now I see it, and it's like, oh my gosh, the bullets move so much faster. You can just fire so much faster, so you're gonna be able to hit more shots in that time frame.
Like,
it is
the amount
so
of
much
clips
better.
I've had where I literally turn on somebody, and I love the ADS time. It was a little weird to get used to, but it is so good because you can flick on them so hard. Like, you get ADS so fast, and when they're so close, it's great.
I love
and,
it.
if you hit your headshots, oh, it shreds.
Yeah, I usually just pick up whatever's a higher rarity, either that or the Ranger. So
I kind of just switch it up. Like, I use the Cobra a whole bunch, and now I want to use the hammer, and now I'm trying to use not the sideways, the Evo Chrome. There's
Definitely.
too many weapons. What else is there? Or Another thing I did at the beginning of the season, I just do it every once in a while. Pick up a sniper as my AR. I know JJ's finally using the snipers.
I don't like that it's as easy as it is to get headshots. I still despise that it's one-shot headshots, but you know, it is fun to use when you get a snipe. It is a cool moment because then you can clip it and it's just great. But like, I feel so bad because if that were me and I got sniped like that, I would be throwing my laptop across the room.
See, I still don't think it's that bad because, like, when you really think about it, half the time when you get headshot, you're just peeking your head out and you're just sitting there. Like, you're an open target. It's kind of your fault. Like, if you're moving around a lot, it opens up. Or, but like, the skill, like, earlier we were playing and somebody broke the wall and sniped the mere millisecond after, and I got bamboozled hard. And, like, I don't mind. I was kind of salty, but I'm like, wow, that was pretty good. They timed that perfectly.
Yeah.
Now here's a question. If they brought back one-shot snipers, what's the chance of them bringing back one-shot shotguns?
No. I don't think that's going to happen. I think snipers, I think they did snipers for the sake of clips and for the sake of it makes a little bit more sense. I think shotguns was purely like a hard balance. Like getting I think for box fights it made sense for the pump, and I think they should have kept the pump 200 if they were planning on not bringing it back. But I feel like the way shotguns are now, it just makes more sense to not be a one shot.
Speaking of which, if you guys want to like see the struggle of the nerf, me and JJ were doing some box fights, and I was so low. I was at like 10, and I called it 200 pump for the win. He comes around the corner, 185. Which, JJ, how much would it have been before the nerf?
200.
So, like, if it was before the nerf, I would have clutched that. I would have clutched that at like 10, 18 HP. But because it doesn't do 200, it like that's why I like the 200. Like, you can pull clutches off like that, and I loved that. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Which I will always be salty about.
I mean, you're just a salty boy in general, so.
I am. No, I'm a dead boy. Or an undead boy.
Badum-ching.
I guess that's also just me, though, playing hardcore. Like, most games, I play hardcore where I'm one-shot anyway. So I really just like playing like that. Yeah. I think it's more fun. Obviously, it's a little different with a BR, but it's not like it's not like, you know, I can hit, like, back in the day, I was watching Cypher. Cypher reacted to his video where he reacted to his first win. And, yeah, he was using the Scar as his shotgun. How does that make you feel, JJ?
That hurts me inside.
Do you know why?
Because it did too much damage.
It did 98 headshot.
Me no likey.
Like, so, with the BR, it's a little different, but, like, I'm used to that kind of stuff. Like, ARs hitting, like, 70 headshot at gray or green.
That just doesn't sound right.
No, there's definitely been some balancing that I very much appreciate with, like, the ARs, but I still think the shotguns, at least at certain rarities, I think, like, Legendary at least should still be able to hit 200.
I think Mythics.
And I still,
if then the Evochrome could hit 200s. There's a Mythic pump somewhere, I think, in creative. There's a couple other Mythic shotguns. The Primal shotgun. I can't think of any others off the top of my head, but I'm sure they're out there. I feel like having those gives a lot more incentive to then go and get the Mythic, because then, hey, I now have the power to clutch up fights. Whereas Legendary, it makes it a little too common.
The only problem is then it's just like only one person is able to clutch up in the entire lobby.
I mean, not if it's something like the Evochrome.
Yeah, but I don't think it's something like the Evochrome would be, because that'd be too common then. Because it's really not too hard to get a Mythic.
I mean, maybe have an item then in the game where you combine it with a shotgun, a Legendary shotgun that makes it Mythic.
Maybe. Legendary Pump plus Legendary Evochrome equals death. Yeah. I guess that's just, different times. JJ playing in Chapter 2 more than Chapter 1, and me playing with the days where a green would be hitting 220. Yep. What else is there? Do you want to talk about the goo gun? And JJ died.
The goo gun.
Do you think it's balanced?
Yeah, the goo gun is so balanced. It's one of the most.
Don't you think it takes skill?
Oh yes, so much skill. If you don't hit your shot, then you're not gonna get kills. Sarcasm intensifies. No, the goo gun is one of the most unbalanced, most powerful weapons we've had in the game in a long time. You literally just spray your opponent with a bunch of goo. Their builds are no more. They probably take at least 100 health and damage, and then they're open for you to proceed to shoot them with any weapon of your choice.
Yep. Yeah. I don't like it.
A little bit OP.
No, yeah. It's annoying. But I kind of like it. Because, well, not just that. I like the fact that they weren't so cautious with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun sometimes when you have crazy weapons like that. Do I want that every single season and have, I think and as common as the goo gun? No. I think the goo gun's a little common. I think it should be something like legendary or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or even mythic. Or maybe like the Evil Chrome. You have to get it from a specific area.
Maybe have it be an exotic.
So, like an exotic, yeah. But I'm happy that they're taking the chance and risking it a little bit. Because I feel like they've been playing it so cautious with all the new weapons. About making them too balanced. Because some of the most fun is with the crazy, crazy weapons.
Yeah.
Until they get nerfed. It almost inevitably happens. They get nerfed. But
this is true.
What else is there? How about the mobility?
I mean, we already said Wolf Mythic has been fantastic for mobility. Obviously, Chrome, like we said at the start of the season, great for mobility.
Yeah. Shockwaves. They had the grapple glove in there, and I don't know why they didn't bring it back.
Crash pads?
Crash pads. Yeah. Crash pads. Love crash pads.
The tornadoes are nice. The
yeah,
balloons
I do
are
like
nice.
the tornado. I wish there's a little bit more tornadoes. The balloons are great. I was saying earlier, too, I wish being able to use the, I miss being able to use the tree as mobility. Reality tree. That was really nice, going over there. Because now it's kind of really hard, because if there's no truck around, the gas station, you're kind of screwed. There's, no mobility around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's it. Now, do you think we're going to get the Spider-Man Mythic for a week? At the end of the season?
I don't know.
Because did you see this? Did you see the Spider Morales stuff?
The Spider Morales? I'm sorry, what?
You didn't see this?
No, what's a Spider Morales?
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
You could have gone with Miles Morales. You could have gone with
Spider-Morales.
Spider-Man. You could have gone with Miles. You could have gone with, I don't know, Spider Miles. But no, you went with Spider Morales.
Yeah.
I don't understand you.
But anyway, did you see the stuff?
Yes, I did see this stuff. His game is
so-
coming to the Epic Game Store soon, so there's a chance we might get
and
him
they
in
did
Fortnite.
say we're going to get the skin at sometime this season, so that would still in line with this season. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Spider-Man week, Wild Week.
I also would not be surprised. I don't know. I
didn't
might
get
have to try
updated
and
as
make
well.
some money to buy the Miles Morales game if they do that.
Yeah. That's mobility. That's the guns.
I think we're pretty much done here, honestly.
NPCs.
What about them?
They updated. They updated
mean,
since the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Remember, they can help res and everything now.
Yeah, it's been helpful, I guess. I think I've only been I can speak. I think a NPC has only helped res me once, and I've only seen 2 instances where somebody actually used the commands. So it's not that game changing, but it is something that can be helpful in certain scenarios.
I think as a controller player, I wish it wasn't so annoying that I have to open up a menu to then make it do something. I bet on keyboard and mouse, I wish you can maybe use a button, over here, these random buttons I don't use on the right. What if I make K like heal or like K like revive or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And you can't do that on controller. Like it's gonna be impossible.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the hard part. Like if I'm in the middle of the fight, I don't want to then, like step down, open up the menu, step up, tell them to go over there. Like it's just a little impractical.
A little bit.
But I do like the idea of the feature, and I think they're gonna do more with it. Maybe update it, make it easier. Battle Pass. Now that we've got the Herald, because I know one thing we said, and like we've talked multiple times in different episodes, is how certain skins grow on you when you get more of the styles. How do you feel about some of the skins this season now that you have almost all the styles?
Honestly, the only ones I've used so far, I think, are Paradigm and
Spider-Man.
Gwen. Thank you, Gwen. Those are the only two I've really ended up using. I think Bites has grown on me a little bit because I do like his jacket style, and the super styles really do help the skin a lot.
I still don't like it. It's still my least favorite of the season.
He's still just not great in general, just as a skin.
Yasuko's isn't too bad. I kind of like her. What else is there? The Herald. What do you think about the Herald as a secret skin?
I feel like the fact that it's a story skin really helps. I do like having story skins as secret skins. It's always great. Judging it in the field of secret skins in general, it's not my favorite. I do like her second style. I mean, she's greatly themed. Her back bling is kind of mid. The pickaxe is all right. Like she's not groundbreaking in my opinion, but I do enjoy her skin a little bit more than Bites.
I like her again, the fact that it's like an original story secret skin definitely helps. But I like her way more than some other skins. Even my own secret skins, like honestly, I prefer it more than other than what's her name? Cube Queen. Other than Cube Queen, I'd say probably beats all my chapter 2 secret skins.
Nice.
So, which, I got that Superman in there.
I got Neymar Jr. Let's go.
Nobody cares about Neymar. Yo, Neymar's coming to what game?
Mech Arena, I think.
Oh, great.
I just saw, like, hey, apparently Neymar Jr. is still relevant.
I mean, it's not like he wasn't relevant. He was always relevant in sports and soccer. We just don't pay attention to soccer.
This is also true.
like I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Tony Romo.
Who's that?
But that's a football player, I think.
Okay.
But like because we just not. It's not like he's not relevant. We just don't care about sports because sports are L. Games are poggers. And with that, thank you for watching this week's episode of Nerd Rant on Fortnitemares. But they were watching our heart.
That's gay.
Wow. So are you. Anyway, peace out.
Bye.
Girl Scouts.